Hey everyone, Ryan here with Advanced Physical and Aquatic Therapy, coming at you with another video on common questions we get asked in physical therapy that we're answering over and over again. Now, one thing that we hear a lot of when it comes to back pain is I get a lot of back pain throughout the day while I'm standing and walking and moving around, but when I sit down I feel relief, or it feels better, or it goes away when I sit down. I feel great. This is a common problem we see, and I have a kind of a rough drawing to illustrate what's going on here, but this is how it feels. We got this pain that might be in our back. It might feel compressing. It might feel like it's giving out. It might even feel like it's nervy and it's running down your legs. All these can be symptoms of this pain when you stand up, but as you sit down, you get relief from that. How this works. So if we look at here, we're looking at our spine basically as if I was standing facing the right. So you're looking at my spine from a sideways view. And if we're looking at this, each level here, so this is one level of your spine, this is another level. Each of these are the bony vertebrae, so the things that make up your spine, make it strong. And in between we have the cushioning components that are our discs. And I know a lot of doctors and things talk about our discs and chiropractors with our MRI. And it's a factor, but not the only factor in what's going on in your back here. Also, we have nerves that run down, your spinal cord runs down the middle, and there's nerves running out at each level of your spine. So what happens here is if you're sitting, if you can think of your discs in sitting, if you sit down, they open up in the back. So if I sit, I'm rounding off, and there's basically a curving that's going on here, and the space opens up in the back, so there's relief there in these structures in the back. But when you stand up, the exact opposite happens, and there's more compression in the back. So in other words, I'm exaggerating, but if you think that space closes in the back when we stand up, especially if we get to the root of the problem, which is that we don't have strength supporting that spine. So common pitfalls, obviously, is to sit more often. So as humans, we're designed to move. And no matter what age or stage in life, movement is the best thing for our bodies. And when something feels good to sit, it's human nature to continue sitting more and more. But the problem with that is that when we sit more and more, structures seem to get tighter more and more that cause the problem as we stand and make it even worse. So typically, the front of your hips right here get really, really tight. These muscles in the front get really tight and short from sitting a lot. So when we go to stand up, we're in this arched back position already because these muscles are dragging our pelvis forward. And then now we're going to have even worse pain and maybe even more radiating symptoms down our legs because now we've made that imbalance even worse. And we're continuing to make it worse by sitting more and more. So, what is the solution? Now, the most common solution that people do is they ignore it. So we just try to grin and bear it and hope it goes away. And that's the worst mistake you can make. There's other solutions where you can alter it. And altering it would be in the form of medications where you're just trying to use a blunt object to numb the feeling of the pain, but the actual structural problem mechanics are still going wrong here, but you're just not feeling it as much. And there's a whole host of problems and side effects and issues with that. Injections or surgery are also some ways you can alter it. So you're just basically changing the structure or changing the inflammation with an injection, but you're not exactly changing the mechanics that go on in your body. Now, our solution would be more conservative and natural, and that's to put some work in and balance your body by strengthening areas that are weak and stretching areas or just getting more mobility in areas that you do not have mobility in. And we see the same solution, the same results over a long-term course of physical therapy as getting an injection, surgery, or medications, if not better. So what we typically do is specific exercises to strengthen all areas of your core. And when we think of core, we think of just abs. But you're strengthening your abdominals, you're strengthening your obliques, you're strengthening your back extensors, your glutes, your hips. So all these things need to come in play, and specific exercises that we do help strengthen them. It takes a little bit of time for that. And then flexibility training, obviously. So if your hips aren't bending, your back doesn't have a lot of flexibility, you're kind of rigid in one spot, that's going to cause more and more problems. I'm going to jump on here for another video, and that's going to be 3 exercises that we do to help this problem with physical therapy and naturally. Take care, guys.